So the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath fears that Uttar Pradesh could become Kerala. And Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan feels that's the best thing that can happen to Uttar Pradesh. Few states in India could be as different as Uttar Pradesh and Kerala. One adores the cow as Gomata. The other relishes beef dry fry. But it'll be good to see how these two states are fantastic and yet phenomenal underachievers. Awesome and awful at the same time. First, the sheer size. Uttar Pradesh has a population of 235 million. If UP were a country, it would be the fifth largest in the world after China, India, the US and Indonesia. Kerala is only a seventh of Uttar Pradesh with 35 million people. If Kerala were a country, it would be ranked 40-41, close to Morocco and Saudi Arabia. The sheer population size of Uttar Pradesh gives it preeminence in Indian politics. UP has 80 of the 543 Lok Sabha seats, exactly 4 times Kerala's 20 seats, meaning UP clearly decides the direction of Indian politics. If size was everything, David would always lose to Goliath, and Singapore would always lose to Afghanistan. But that's not how it is. So let's delve a little deeper into the demographic patterns of the two states. On many of these parameters, Kerala is streets ahead of Uttar Pradesh. For example, female literacy in Kerala is 95%, equal to that of China, far higher than India's 70%, and significantly superior to Uttar Pradesh's 63%. Talking of literacy, in the second phase of the ongoing UP Assembly elections, 12 candidates have declared themselves to be illiterate, something unthinkable in Kerala even 50 years ago. On infant mortality, which is the number of deaths per 1,000 live births before the age of 1, Kerala's infant mortality is 6, comparable to that of the US, which is 5.7. India lags behind at 30, while Uttar Pradesh is way behind at 41. On that count, Kerala would rub shoulders with the United States, while UP would be ranked alongside Sudan, Burundi or Kiribati. And then there is the multi-dimensional poverty index, which measures the proportion of people who are deemed poor and the breadth of poverty experienced. In Niti Aayog's latest study, Shravasti district in Uttar Pradesh is India's most multi-dimensionally poor, with a poverty incidence of 74.38%, in stark contrast to Kottayam district in Kerala, where the incidence of poverty is 0%. Where Uttar Pradesh has advanced in recent years is in constructing expressways. The Agra-Delhi Yamuna Expressway, the Purvanchal Expressway, the Bundelkhand Expressway and some more. Enough for the state to be called Expressway Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh and Kerala seem to be more alike in their underachievements despite their numerous strengths. Take Kerala. It has 600 kilometers of coastline, 100% literacy for more than 3 decades, and exposure to different cultures and countries of the world for centuries, 44 rivers, 4 international airports, more than 1 trillion in remittance every year, on infant mortality and life expectancy among the world's best, and the first state in the country to conceive an IT park. But Kerala's youth today have to look outside the state for jobs. Worse, higher education is perceived to be so poor in the state that today students leave the state as early as after class 12. For the first time in the state's history, seats are lying vacant in Kerala's mainstream colleges. And trade unions have virtually taken on the role of placement agencies, deciding who should work and who should not, affecting industries and reducing fresh investment, which in turn affects creation of new job opportunities in the private sector. Uttar Pradesh has even more strengths, and the additional advantage of its proximity to Delhi and its heft in national politics. It has 3 World Heritage Sites, the Taj Mahal, Agra Fort and Fatehpur Sikri. Kerala attracts roughly 1 million foreign tourists each year. The Taj Mahal alone gets 650,000 international visitors every year. Uttar Pradesh is not just an expressway Pradesh, but it is also an IT park Pradesh with major IT parks at Noida, Kanpur and Lucknow. More importantly, Uttar Pradesh is Prime Minister Pradesh, producing 9 of India's Prime Ministers: Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Charan Singh, Rajiv Gandhi, VP Singh, Chandrasekhar, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and Narendra Modi. Any hopes of Kerala producing a Prime Minister from the Wayanad constituency, of course, vanished into thin air in 2019. But for all its strengths, thousands of impoverished people from Uttar Pradesh travel some 2,500 kilometers to Kerala to work as farm laborers. So what are some of the pain points experienced by Uttar Pradesh and Kerala? 1. Unemployment. In 2018, some 93,000 youth in Uttar Pradesh, including 3,700 PhDs, applied for a mere 62 peon level jobs in UP Police. Cut to 2022 and things haven't changed much. This year, some 12 million youth from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar have applied for 35,000 odd low-level jobs in Indian Railways, leading to what one newspaper called India's first large-scale unemployment riots. In Kerala, youth are so sure of a lack of jobs that they don't riot, but simply take a flight out of the country from one of its 4 international airports. 2. Symbol obsession. How does one lure UPites? Give them statues. Mayawati gave them many, mostly her own. Right now, there is a scorching controversy over the statue of a 9th century ruler, Mihir Bhoj. The Gurjars say he was Gurjar. The Rajputs say he was a Rajput. How does one lure Keralites? Give them flags and flag posts. The state government informed the state high court that there were 42,337 flag posts across 14 districts, or more than 3,000 flag posts per district. One look at a flag post of any party is enough to give the investor the shudders. 3. Steeped in the past. Uttar Pradesh and Kerala had their sunshine times in the good old days of the agrarian economy, when the grain fields and sugarcane fields of Uttar Pradesh and Kerala's pepper or black gold meant a lot of wealth. Uttar Pradesh today looks an odd man out with its backwardness in education in an era where human resource is valued much more than natural resources. Kerala too has its agrarian distress. Its pepper monopoly has long been demolished by Vietnam, and climate change has impacted other crops in Kerala. Multiple problems plague Uttar Pradesh and Kerala. Despite its claims of having a fantastic public health system, Kerala has so far recorded more than 62,000 deaths, second only to Maharashtra. And there have been widespread allegations about corruption in procurement of products and equipment to fight COVID. In Uttar Pradesh, bodies of COVID victims were found floating in the Hamirpur river, and some bodies floating from Ghazipur into Buxar in Bihar. Doing nothing about the situation is not an option. And running away from the problem, like many Kerala youth are doing by fleeing the country, is hardly a better option. Long live Uttar Pradesh and Kerala. May the two states rise again. We'll celebrate that with an Agra Peta and a bowl of Ambalappuzha Pal Payasam. This video celebrates R. Kiran Shyam, a sub-inspector with Kerala Police, for his twin heroism this week. He not only prevented a man from breaching the Chief Minister's security, but when the crowd started assaulting the man, the sub-inspector threw himself on the person to protect him from the assault. For more of such exemplary work by Kerala Police, you can watch Progressive Kerala's Police Spies on Geometric View. But here's what SI R. Kiran Shyam did.